So there is a reason why, people will advise very young girls that look, whatever happens, the world today is very dangerous. If you are taking a trip or you are visiting a friend, you want to give detail of where you are going. This, the days are evil. It's not a time where you just get up and you go, you hide information from people who are supposed to know. And sometimes when God begins to try to give you an insight to what a situation might likely to be, your emotion as a woman may drive you to a very wrong place. This happens to be the story of this young woman you're seeing here. Her name is Priscilla Ochema. Priscilla Ochema is alleged to have been, murdered by her boyfriend in Abuja, in a place called Lugbe in Abuja. Now, they said the family seeks justice because of the circumstances surrounding her demise. Okay, so a little about Priscilla Ochema. Priscilla Ochema was an orphan. She lost her father in a pathetic situation when she was only 4 years old in a gory road crash and was left alongside her six siblings to the care of her widowed mother, who had to go through the, struggles of life to see her and the rest of her siblings through various institutions of higher learning, from her mega earning as a post-primary classroom teacher. A few years ago, Priscilla gained admission to read medicine in Bingham University, a private university in Nigeria, but had to voluntarily drop out and withdraw her, studentship from the university in what, pen out for the entire family as a solely painful but unavoidable decision that had to be made. What with the priceless cost of reading medicine and surgery in our present day private universities course that the family could only but ill afford, okay? That decision to drop out from the faculty of medicine and abandon thereby her cherished life ambition to become a medical doctor on account of financial constraint cast a pall of mourning on the entire family and brought in its wake as a sad memory of the deceased breadwinner's father, who but for his unfortunate demise would have been able to see her through her medical school. Now, you know that private universities in Nigeria are very, very expensive. My son is in a private university. As I speak to you, they have moved, especially when you're studying medicine, they have moved his school fees from 2.3 to 3 million, 3.2, and then to 4 point something million right now. Now, so Priscilla had to drop out of medicine from Bingham University because it was very expensive. The widowed mother, who is a post-classroom teacher, couldn't afford it. However, determined never to entirely yield to the uncanny, waywardness played by fate on her academic ambition, Priscilla Ochema and her widowed mom withered through all to ensure that Priscilla realized at least an alternative career ambition to medicine and surgery. Hence, her subsequent admission to the Department of Public Health, however, not at the same Bingham University, where the sight of her classroom in the medical school would torment her to no end, but at far away at Delegate University Osun, where she successfully rounded off her health education with BSc in Public Health with flying colors. Okay? Now, this is a running commentary on who this Priscilla, who just got, murdered right now in Lugbe, Abuja, is. Okay? She graduated on the 22nd of September 2024. Priscilla went visiting a male friend in Lugbe, a suburb of Abuja, and never came back alive. What was left of her once beautiful body was as in a battered face. Okay? The said host friend came up with, contradictory version of the circumstances of her death. Police attempted to, hasten up her widowed mother to quickly, bury her daughter, and should not bother to inquire into the circumstances of her demise. The mother would have none of that and insisted that the friend be interrogated. The said friend was invited and detained, but what got to the mother that there was pressure on the police to release the suspect. The said suspect has been released. Now, what is all of this that we are hearing? So here is the account of what is said to have happened to Priscilla. They said that Priscilla had been friends with Richard. They met in the university. And so when Priscilla left the university, Priscilla was not able to talk to Richard again. But however, after she graduated from the university, I think they met online again. And Priscilla, they started running their relationship again. That Priscilla had always visited Richard, but each time Priscilla had gone to visit Richard, Priscilla had gone with the younger brother. But on this very occasion, Priscilla had gone alone. And when Priscilla was leaving, she sent a message to her brother that she had gone to visit Richard. And when Grace eventually heard that it was Richard that Priscilla went to visit, she didn't like it at all. Like, her antenna just went up, okay, because she has always had a very bad feeling about this boy Priscilla. And she said time and time again that she had told this boy Richard, Grace said time and time again that she had told Priscilla to stop seeing Richard, okay. And Grace said this Richard had come to their house so many times. She had even met her mom, and even Richard's mother. Richard's mother had already spoken to Grace's mother at some point, saying that I would like your daughter to be my in-law, my daughter-in-law. This is the kind of daughter-in-law I would want to have. At the time, the mother said Priscilla was still very young. So they said that on that fateful day, that Sunday, Priscilla was, behaving as though she's had a problem with her boyfriend, okay? Then the next day, she now went to Richard's house, okay? Now, Grace said she spoke with her on that Sunday morning around 8 a.m. and also spoke with her around 2 p.m. And said the last time they spoke was around 5 p.m. She was still in his house. That is, Priscilla was still in the boyfriend's house. And Grace said around 8 p.m., Priscilla had sent a message to her to send her 10,000 naira and add it to her debt. So when the message got to her, she didn't even bother to ask what Priscilla needed the money for. She sent the money to her younger sister. Then it did not get to the younger sister. I think the next morning, she woke up and found out that the younger sister had not come back home. And she became alarmed because this girl has never, ever slept out. She's not in the habit of sleeping out, okay? And so it was very unlike Priscilla to have slept out. Now, on Monday, as Grace was speaking, that she asked it was, okay, after that Monday that Priscilla was not seen, okay? And then the whole family was even worried, and they said that later, Grace said she decided to check up on her mom where she lived. Then when she got there, the mom told her, that's Grace, that she has not seen Priscilla since the other day. And the mother said, at that point, is that a joke? Grace said, is that a joke? My sister has never slept outside. She's somebody who does not sleep outside. This is the elder sister narrating what happened. So, to cut the long story short, that was how they found out that the girl was like missing. Okay. Now, the moment Grace learned that her sister actually went to Richard's house, she got that information from her younger brother. That Grace called they called Richard because she was very surprised. Now, when Grace called Richard, Richard said Priscilla left his house on that Sunday. He said she left around 9:14 p.m. He said that he had ordered some food and was going to pick the food. On his way back, he saw Grace on a bike leaving his house. Okay? Now, he sent her a message to confirm, and Priscilla said she had left. Okay, by that was what the boyfriend said to the brother and the family, that he went to buy food, and by the time he was coming back, he saw that the girl on a bike and sent her a message, and the girl said, yes, I have gone. Okay. Now, Grace said when she questioned that Richard's attitude was not even what should be at all, considering that he was claiming that Grace, who had not seen Richard for the entire year, would just see Richard for the first time and leave while Richard was away from the house. So that was how they knew something was wrong. Okay. Now, amid the worrying situation, Grace said one of their aunts notified her that she had a call at noon on Monday, September 23, from a stranger. This person had claimed that Priscilla's number, which the aunt did not have in her contact list. The person claimed that somebody had an accident or one thing, and the aunt thought he was a fraudster. And later they verified and they found out that it was Priscilla's number, and they went to the police station right there in Lugbe. And the way the police handled it, it was looking as if the boy had come there before, and the boy had already told them what had happened and all of that. So that was what they were suspecting, because the account of the boy and everything did not add up at all. Eventually, they were told that two bikes collided right there in Lugbe, and somebody had a very serious accident, and that girl was rushed to the to the hospital. Hospital rejected her. They took her to the police station. Police station took her to Federal Medical Center, where she passed on and was in the morgue. And then when they went to look at the girl's body, they said that the girl, Priscilla, is very busty, that they didn't see any scratch whatsoever anywhere, not around her breast, not around her body, like nowhere, but they only saw that the girl was bleeding from the nose and the eye and all of that. And that was how they knew that something had gone wrong. Apparently, she had maybe a misunderstanding with her boyfriend. Who knows what had happened, but it's beginning to look as though the boyfriend had a fight with her. Maybe something happened and she cried, and they managed some kind of bike accident, and now called the police. The boy ran first to report to the police, and apparently the family is even claiming that the police there in Lugbe know something about what had happened to Priscilla. But to cut the long story short, this beautiful girl that you are seeing here, a graduate of health science, is just 23 years old, just lost her life carelessly without nobody taking responsibility for anything, because there is no account of any accident. But later they said there was an account of an accident. Then the people who had the accident, nobody knows. Police did not take record. Nothing happened and all of that. The only thing they are seeing right now is the body right there in the morgue, and with bleeding from the nose, and everything is just as though it's been stage managed. And that's why the family is calling for Nigerians to come out and help them seek justice. They said the information, Richard was arrested. Before long, Richard was released. Okay. and then they moved the case from Lugbe to State Criminal Investigation Center, and they say the case is still under investigation, and the family is calling on Nigerians to help them seek justice. And so this is why they say that, look, the world is very demonic right now. A lot of people will just do and undo wherever you want to go. One may never be too careful, but then you have to let people know where you're going, especially the Gen Z generation. Like, they think that everything is about social media and beauty. There are people who are out there to maim, to destroy, to do all sort of things to people, innocent people. And you need to be careful with the friends you keep, and be careful with everything that you do, because the world is indeed very, very dangerous. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.